Giving is feminine. Over giving is when it costs you yourself, and that's when it becomes an issue. It's not that you don't give in your relationship, it's that you don't give at the expense of yourself. Now let me break it down for you, because there's two types of giving. We're going to talk about aligned giving, which is healthy giving, the good giving. Aligned giving is when you want to do it, it feels light, not heavy, you're not abandoning anything important, you're still centered in yourself and in your body, and you would be okay even if he didn't respond in a certain way. For example, you go on a spontaneous date because you're free, you're rested, and because you genuinely want to. Now the nuance is not in the dating stage. This is more when you're in a relationship and a man has invested in you and has committed to you, that you can ebb and flow these things a little more. That is not overgiving, that is overflow. Now overgiving, aka self-abandonment, is when you override yourself to do it, you ignore your needs, your schedule, or your intuition, you're hoping it keeps the connection good, and you slightly feel off, but you still do it, going against yourself. Notice how it is the same action and different energy. It's always energetics behind the things. Energetics always win. It's not about what you're doing, it's about what you're ignoring in yourself while you are doing it. In dating, you observe and don't overinvest. In relationship, you communicate and reciprocate. But you can reciprocate if there's no overflow. If you don't have the bandwidth and the capacity, that means, hey, I need to pour into myself right now. I cannot give this for you. I need to show up for myself before I can give to you. And then, because if I'm giving to you and I'm not showing up for myself, now I'm going to feel resentful. In marriage, partnership, support, and seasons of giving, they ebb and flow. But in all stages, you never disconnect from yourself. Now, let's talk about the hard non-negotiables that are straight up overgiving. These are straight up overgiving, and these are not up for debate. Non-negotiable number one, consistently accepting last-minute, low-effort plans. Not once in a while, but a pattern where he doesn't plan and you still show up, and he does this consistently, and you still show up, and you still show up, and you still show up. Absolutely not. That is overgiving. That is completely different from someone spontaneously, once in a while, doing something spontaneous. Non-negotiable number two, ignoring your intuition when something feels off. If your body is continuously telling you this doesn't feel right and you override it to keep things smooth, that is self-abandonment. And this can be tricky because sometimes you don't know, okay, is this my intuition? Is this my narrator in my brain? Is this my thinker? Like, which is another thing that I have to deep dive in, because you have to know all the parts of your brain that would try to sabotage you. This is another story for another day, but I will dive into that in another video, so stay tuned.